trees, hills, and silence. Exactly what I wanted. I planned to build a small cabin and live out my retirement in peace. But a few months after the purchase, I noticed something strange. Trucks, cranes, and workers started showing up on the far side of my property. At first, I thought it was city work or maintenance. Then one morning, I saw a giant sign go up that read, "Ridgeline Estates, luxury mountain villas coming soon." I drove down there, papers in hand, and asked the site manager what was going on. He told me the HOA had approved a 12-villa development project. When I showed him my deed proving I owned that land, he laughed and said, "Sir, you must be mistaken. This land belongs to the Ridgeline HOA." I went home, furious, and started digging into the records. Turns out the HOA president, a woman named Karen Mitchell, had mistakenly filed paperwork extending their property line right onto my legally purchased land. I called the county office, but the clerk said it would take months to sort out. I could have stopped construction right then, but instead, I decided to play the long game. I let them build. Every day, I watched from a distance as they poured concrete, built walls, and bragged about selling million-dollar villas that technically stood on my property. 3 months later, when the final villas were completed and ready for sale, I quietly contacted a lawyer. We reviewed every deed, every boundary line, every permit. And what we found was ironclad. My property extended 100 yards past the HOA's supposed border, meaning all 12 villas were standing on my land. The next week, I walked into the grand opening ceremony in a suit, holding my deed in one hand and a court order in the other. The HOA board froze. Karen, the president, turned pale as the county sheriff stepped out of his cruiser and posted a legal notice on the entrance gate. Property under court review. All transactions suspended. In court, the HOA tried everything. They accused me of fraud, of falsifying boundaries, even of trespassing. But my lawyer presented drone footage, survey data, and the original land deed, signed and sealed years before the HOA even existed. The judge's final words still ring in my ears. "All properties built on Mr. Walker's land are hereby transferred to his ownership until further legal settlement." Karen's face was priceless. The HOA not only lost the case, they lost millions in investments, and every buyer had to go through me to reclaim their homes. I eventually sold the villas, legally this time, and used part of the money to build my dream cabin right where it all began. So if an HOA ever tells you what you can or can't do on your land, make sure you actually own the land they're talking about. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more unbelievable real estate revenge stories.